Hey everyone, Akai here, and today I'm going to be talking about an underrated Roblox game called Defend the Train. If you don't know what Defend the Train is, which you probably don't, Defend the Train is a shooter game where you defend a train. Well, I don't want to say defend per se, more like, you try to keep the train, from being destroyed by enemies. And I don't want to get too much into every single character, but to put it simply, you work with a criminal organization that defend a train. And I'm going to talk about some characters and some things you can do in the game and game modes and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy. Gunslingers. Our first class we are going to be talking about. Gunslingers is a class that is better at damaging enemies rather than the vehicles that they're in, because if they shoot at their vehicles, the vehicles won't take much damage. However, that's what our second class is for, to make up for it. Our next class is Psycho. The Psycho class is the opposite. They are very good at dealing damage to vehicles, however, I'm not gonna say very bad, but are not very good at damaging enemies. And mainly, the Psycho class is more recommended for bigger vehicles. Meanwhile, the Gunslinger is recommended for characters in smaller vehicles, or characters that are just, out there are just fighting them directly and not in a vehicle. And our medic. Even though medics cannot fight, at least not very well, especially compared to the other classes, they do make up for that for being able to heal their teammates whenever they are injured. And it's sometimes recommended, or at least by me, to have more than one medic. The reason why is because medics cannot heal themselves, and even though medics, unlike the rest of the classes, can slowly regain health slowly, it does speed up the process if there are more medics than just one. So, that's it for the classes. We have two game modes, Campaign and Endless. Endless is basically where you just defend a train, no passengers, no quest, no nothing, until all of you die or all of the parts of the train explode. Meanwhile, Campaign, on the other hand, is basically where you can have to complete a task, as it can be either defending employees or dropping off illegal cargo. Probably it's illegal. And trying to defend a train while doing so, and basically doing that and trying to complete it all until the campaign's over. Also, there are two campaigns you can choose from, either the Forest or Ghost Town. The Forest is basically where you defend employees, trying to get to work, I think, from people trying to kill the employees and you, and trying to destroy the train as well. Basically just trying to off everyone who's on or in the train. And there are two boss waves, the Ranger Trio. This consists of Francis, Lewis, and Bill. They are Rangers who are trying to stop you and basically have a unique set of attacks, considering they are a boss wave. They are a part of a boss wave. Well, they are the boss, but you know what I mean. And and now this also, before I start the next part, I don't really know why they're trying to kill us. Also, the next one is Junior and Senior, or Senior and Junior is how it's correctly said. They basically are killing you, or at least Senior wants to kill you. His son just helps at the end. His dad can have you as a trophy. Yeah, Senior. That's that's actually what he wants to do. That's actually disturbing, but yeah. I know it's disturbing, but yeah, that's what he wants to do. And yeah, they also have a special set of skills. Well, not skills, but a game set. But yeah. And the second one is Ghost Town. Also, here's a dumb little fact. Before I was gonna do Ghost Town, I was literally about to move on to the game modes, like, almost immediately. But luckily, I remembered that I have to do this part, so, yeah. Ghost Town is basically where you are going to bring cargo to, like, maybe another organization, or just a group of people, or just, you know, you're bringing it, right? You're bringing it to somebody. I think a criminal organization, but whatever. And guess what? Well, not guess what. But however, you have to defend them from bandits trying to take your cargo so they can make money off of it. Maybe it's drugs. And now we have two boss fights, the Bandit Enforcer and the Bandit Queen. I think the Bandit Enforcer's actual name is Wendy, but I might be incorrect. I'll check. Yeah. I'll see if I'm wrong after recording, well, in the making, whatever. But yeah, you have to defend it from bandits. And something that I actually like about Wendy's boss fight is the Wendy's or the Bandit Enforcer's boss fight is the fact that Wendy, you don't have to do it on the train like you have to do with, like, you know, in the forest ones. In the forest boss fights. Instead, you get to fight out there, and you don't have to be on a train while doing so. You're just out on the ground and you're fighting her along with her enemies. However, even though the forest is not the easiest one to survive, the forest looks like child's play compared to how difficult the Ghost Town one is. Because god dang, the Ghost Town one is not easy. Trust me. And then some of the Bandit Enforcers or the Bandit Queen's lackeys, I think. Yeah, I think they're called lackeys, whatever. Have the audacity to throw bombs at you. Well, actually TNT, but whatever. TNT at you. Like, how dare you? You're already killing me. Give me some mercy. Oh my god. But yeah, that's Ghost Town for ya. Alright, now we can talk about game modes. But before I do that, I might have to split it into different parts because my account isn't verified. And my YouTube account. And sadly, you have to verify your account to have videos that are over 15 minutes. Which kind of sucks considering I'm not even making any money off of this, but whatever. Yeah. So basically, game modes are like different modes that you can choose that change the gameplay. For example, one of them is instant death, which means if one of the parts of the train gets destroyed, the game is over, and the game is completely over. Or another one, classic mode. You may think, oh, what's classic mode? It doesn't look incredibly classic. At least I haven't looked at it very much, other than the weapons. But yeah, I'm not saying it is. I just haven't focused on the details too much about that. So my apologies. But yeah, classic is basically Classic is basically where it's basically like the older version of the game that was made in 2011, and this is actually a remake of an older game. However, I don't think it's available anymore. It was either deleted or something else. So yeah, it's actually based off an older game, and they decided to put their own spin on it. And honestly, I think it's good. Well, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I will be making more parts and definitely talking about the characters, so if you die, you won't have to spend all of your time in the game if you decide to play, trying to read all of it, but then when the wave ends, you get teleported back even when you weren't done. So yeah, that's all for today, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!